let's take the plasma.
Guten Tag, it's Rich from Hughes and Kettner, and I'm sat here with Mr. Michael Wagner.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us again. And today what we're doing is answering a question that many of you have asked us on the Hughes and Kettner Facebook page and on the website, etc. And that is, how does the TubeMeister Deluxe sound as a pedal platform? It's a question that a lot of people ask because a lot of people these days love their pedals. There's a whole load of boutique companies, as we're about to find out, making cool new pedals. And people want an amp which is clean, which is a beautiful kind of neutral platform with which they can engage their stomp boxes of choice. And you, Michael, are someone who likes to do that, aren't you?
Yeah, I love it, and especially here at the GuitCon we have a whole bunch of crazy pedal makers. And so what we did, we just chose a few pedals. Some of them you might have, like a Hall of Fame and a Flashback from TC Electronics. Very, these are two pedals that I think a lot of people have.
Yeah, standard reverb and a delay that many of you will know.
Then, very much to my liking, because I love it, is it's a vibe here, a Viscous Vibe.
Viscous Vibe.
Yeah, I love vibe pedals, so that's why I chose it. Then we have a prototype. It doesn't even exist on the market. It's a June 60 by TC Electronics. It's like a stereo chorus, but we use it as mono here. But it kind of represents the 80s chorus sound.
Yeah, as far as I understand it, they used to make a synthesizer with the same name, and this is replicating
There's
that
a
sound.
very famous synthesizer on the market. It's the Juno. It's been used a lot in the 80s.
Yeah.
And so this is not only optically but also sound-wise, like the sound of this famous keyboard, like translated into the guitar.
Yeah.
And then we have a real freak. You already heard it at the beginning. It's a plasma pedal by Gamechanger Audio. I discovered these guys yesterday here, and they have only 2 pedals on the market, and this is their new one. Like, I think crowdfunded. And this is a crazy fuzz pedal, and we get to that in a minute. But basically, we have here the TubeMeister, and I tried to like make the most standard kind of clean sound. It's already like all the knobs set pretty much to 12 o'clock. The treble, the mid, and the bass. So you have really the neutral TubeMeister sound, and it's already very, very nice. So that's 100% dry now.
Exactly, and it's a perfect kind of starting point as like your magic potion, and you can now add extra special ingredients to spice up your tone for whatever the song requires.
Exactly, and so what I would say, let's just start off with a chorus, with a reverb, because that's like the most basic kind of effect, I think.
Yeah, sure.
So
this is the Hall of Fame 2 by
this is the Hall of Fame 2. I think there's some of you might have the Hall of Fame 1. I have the first version, and I think there are quite a few cool new features on it. So just a nice plate.
Yeah.
We already know that from the first pedal. I love the plate by TC. Also, the great thing is, I think even this pedal sounds the best when really all is set on like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it also has some more outlandish like kinds of reverb. For example, I think the new feature here is the shimmer reverb.
Yeah. So that's adding like an octave up in there as well.
Yes, kind of. It's amazing.
Sound, and compared to that original clean with one pedal, we've taken your sound just totally different ballpark.
Exactly. So that's really only the clean channel with one extra pedal.
Yeah.
And I think this knob, I have to admit I tried for the first time now.
Yeah.
I think this knob somehow works as an expression pedal as well. Yeah. Then you have a mod reverb. The mod reverb I know from the original one, original one as well. I like it. But as opposed to demo the rest of the pedals, we just go with maybe a plate or a...
Yeah, something simple that you could use in conjunction with other effects as well.
Yeah, for me as a vintage kind of guy. Maybe a spring reverb. Let's bring that up a little more.
Yeah.
Just a nice little subtle.
Beautiful spring reverb, yeah. But what's interesting is that you can really still hear the basic tone of the TubeMeister coming through.
Exactly, that nice kind of sparkly, shiny kind of cleaner. Very much like the... I think it's a little trebly in character, and I like it very much for these kind of shiny, clean things. So yeah, let's add a little delay, I'd say.
A dash of delay.
So you also have a lot, tons of different delays here. Let's bring that up. Everything on 12 o'clock.
This is the TC Electronic Flashback 2, by the way.
Real classic. So let's start maybe off with the tape delay. I think you could use that perfectly as a little slapback. Maybe if you bring down the delay time.
Yeah, exactly. And the feedback.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rad.
Instant rockabilly country tones right now.
Yeah.
Easy.
And also, like, I think with this we have kind of a like old school kind of Fender vibe. Maybe we can bring up the gain a little more here on the clean channel.
Yeah.
So. I like it.
That's a beautiful sound.
But of course we can also do some more atmospheric stuff. I remember I have I think the older version of the Flashback as well, and I remember to very much like the mod delay as well. Give it a little more time.
Yeah.
I think that is great, for example, for kind of swell chords. Like it adds a little bit of modulation on top of the delay. I very much like it. And I think the most iconic one is here, the 2290 preset.
Yeah, is that like an old rack delay or something they used to make, or?
I think it's one of TC's most legendary delay units. Yeah, and right. I think it was an old 19-inch rack unit.
A digital delay, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear that.
Yeah, it has a very, very clean sounding delay.
Yeah, exactly. Compared to the tape, it's not kind of distorting or anything at all. Yeah.
And in direct comparison, you have or let's play this a little more, maybe with a little less delay time. And in direct comparison, you'd have right next to the analog delay setting.
Yeah.
And it's way darker and...
Exactly, and you notice that the repeats kind of fade out and kind of distort a little bit, yeah.
Oh, I like that sound. Yeah. I think that is probably my favorite preset on that pedal.
Yeah.
Just make it a little more subtle, and then we can like add it to our basic clean sound along with the reverb. Just a little less on the level here.
So in 5 minutes we've transformed that dry clean sound to this beautiful blooming atmospheric tone that you could
Yeah.
use for a very wide variety of applications.
Exactly. For example, if I was was in a band with only a drummer and a bass player, I would be totally able to like fill all the rest of the sound with just the basic clean sound and a little bit of atmosphere by adding a little bit of reverb and a little bit of delay, so that works perfectly.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very pleasant, like basic wet clean tone. And now we can get a little bit freaky.
Yeah, let's do something a little bit different.
Yeah. So maybe the vibe. I've never tried it before, so let's see what we can get out of this.
So this is the reverb plus the delay, and now you're going to add the Viscous Vibe on top.
Okay, so you can choose between vibrato and chorus.
Okay.
I know that from a lot of other vibe pedals. Oh, and tone print, which is a very TC specific feature.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a website that they have where they work together with artists, and you can also make your own presets. A lot of their pedals have like an online editor where you can change settings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you can basically download all those different tone prints to your own pedal. So
exactly.
There will be like a basic one in there somewhere. So maybe we can try it out.
Yeah, let's try it out. But first of all, let's set it to a basic chorus.
Yeah, all right.
And I have everything on 12 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Like the intensity, speed, and volume, and it sounds. And you instantly have that Hendrix kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But it's already pretty intense, right?
Yeah.
So maybe let's put up the volume a little more. But put the intensity down, maybe the speed as well. If we go from chorus to vibrato. So
it's quite subtle at the moment, the effect, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it that way. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think vibrato means it changes actually the pitch of the notes, right?
It's kind of like, vibrato is the technique where you obviously...
Yeah.
That's your vibrato technique, and this pedal, I think, replicates that. And I imagine it goes much more extreme than what you can do with your fingers.
Yeah. See what happens. Really
the intensity up.
Bring it up now. So you have like a really extreme like flutter effect, like from some analog delays. And if we bring up the speed. That's nice. It's a little bit freaky, I like it.
It's certainly a niche effect like that. You'd have to find a very specific use for it and then go with it.
Yeah. But it certainly still has this vintage vibe to it. So let's see what the tone print is here. Oh, I didn't expect that.
No. Sounds like a tremolo effect.
Yeah, but I think it's also a kind of a vibrato.
Yeah.
Sounds like a duck. Maybe let's bring down the intensity here. It also reminds me of an envelope filter, like an auto wah.
Yeah, it is almost like that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, so I think that's pretty much the Vibe pedal here, and now we get to the real new one, the Juno chorus.
Yeah, because at time of filming this, we're in the second week of October 2018, by the way. This is a prototype pedal, and as far as we know, no one in the world has ever videoed this thing.
So let's check it out. Unfortunately, we can't use it here in its full stereo glory.
Yep.
So we have to use it mono here, but let's see.
Are you familiar with the synth this came from?
Yes, actually, I worked a lot in the last months with a producer friend of mine, and we did an 80s song for a kind of an 80s action movie revival sort of parody film.
All right.
And we used a ton of Juno sounds in there. So I definitely know how the keyboard sounds, the original one. So, and let's... okay. So you put it on here, and then you have to choose 1 and 2. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
So basically 2 modes, I guess.
Yeah.
Doing swell chords with this kind of sound. Put down the gain a little bit to make it even more clean and cheesy. Play some cheesy chords as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So that's 1, and maybe we can even add the 2.
Combination.
So let's first hear the 2 separately. Faster sound?
Yeah.
Okay, now the 2 together?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Kind of almost feels like they're going against each other.
Yeah, yeah. That's a pretty intense chorus effect.
Yeah. I can so much picture like a love scene in a Rambo movie with that kind of sound. With this pedal.
Yeah. So we know what's on Michael's Christmas list already for this year. Not the most contemporary sound for 2018, but it's a beautiful tone nonetheless.
Actually, you maybe know a band called The Night Game?
No.
Sorry, I have to be fanboying for 1 second here. Night Game, awesome new band. Their new song, The Outfield, is all over the radio, and all of their sound aesthetics are pure 80s, like guitar-wise. They have an intense chorus sound, and I don't know the chorus that they are using, but this sound reminds me totally of that.
Yeah.
And they're all over the radio now.
Okay.
So maybe it's coming back, and this is exactly the right pedal at the right time. Yeah, awesome.
The 80s is coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You strangely, you don't seem as excited as me.
I never really got the 80s. Well, I was not really old enough to remember the 80s. Neither were you either, but...
No, I was born in 90, so that's maybe why I have like a strange kind of addiction to it,
yeah,
because
so maybe
I didn't live through it.
Yeah, maybe your parents listened to it, or something like that, and maybe they assimilated you into it.
Maybe. But let's not get too psychological here.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the last pedal, and now it really gets kind of freaky.
I'm really excited about this one again. Gamechanger Audio is the company.
Gamechanger Audio, and I don't use any words. I just put it on, and it sounds like this. Okay, maybe I put out the...
Let's take the other effects off, shall we?
It's just dry. So, dry sound, plus the plasma.
That is is an absolutely insane fuzz pedal, and it looks like an electric eel as well.
Yeah, I even asked the guy from Gamechanger Audio if this kind of noise is normal. And he said yes. So the pedal is not broken. That's like a very unique...
The pedal is not broken, it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, but I love it, man. Because a really special feature by this fuzz is that it's... it sounds in a weird way, it sounds defined, because you can play a low note, now play a solo over it, and you can hear both. Like... So, and as crazy as it sounds, like you can't do this with a standard fuzz pedal.
No, exactly. When I think of a fuzz pedal, and I imagine a lot of guitar players, you think of a big muff or something like that, and this is totally different.
Yeah, so even if it may sound totally chaotic at first, but you can do some pretty distinctive stuff with it.
Exactly, yeah. I imagine... I don't even know what all the controls are there, but I see a voltage control, low and high frequencies and stuff, and a blend. And one interesting thing about this pedal is we've got it in the loop.
Exactly.
Normally a fuzz you'd have right in front, at the front of the amp, before anything else, because fuzz pedals don't generally play well with other pedals, do they? But this one, apparently it does.
It really does, and now I have the blend like at 100%, so all you hear is the pedal sound, but I can like gradually...
So you can have half the clean sound and half the pedal sound simultaneously.
Exactly, it sounds like this. So, clean sound, the blend is on 0, still clean, so... Oh. I got it like at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if you want to just add a layer of dirt to your clean sound, or like if you feel your sound is too nice, then you can just add a little bit of that craziness and put it on.
What does the voltage setting do?
I think the voltage setting is kind of a gain knob.
Okay.
So let's try that. I put it back on 100% of the blend. So voltage at 0. Now we're at 10 o'clock. So it doesn't have as much sustain as before. Okay, you can really like do an infinite note with that. That's incredible. Yeah, and then you have the volume. That's pretty obvious, and you have like a one knob for low and high frequency. Oh wow,
that is a fat sound.
Yeah. Like imagine combining that with an octave pedal, like one octave up plus that low frequency sound.
That would be mad.
That's ballsy, and just remember our basic sound is like that's the amp.
That's a heavy sound. That's a more kind of identifiable standard fuzz sound for me.
Yeah.
It's still a modern fuzz. It's heavy. It's ballsy. It sounds immense.
It really does. And the crazy thing is I turn the guitar even up, and I don't know if it's the noise gate from the amp or
the amp doesn't have a noise gate.
Okay, then it's really the plasma pedal.
Yeah.
The pedal is on, and imagine having a standard fuzz at on.
Yeah.
We couldn't even talk because the noise would be so loud. But here, the noise, it says kind of a built-in noise gate. So as soon as I touch the strings, it goes loose. But like. And like that silence.
Crazy, amazing pedal, and I would like to have some more time with it. To discover what else you can get out of it. It's awesome.
Yeah, And I think this is really worth like toying around with it and combining it with maybe also an overdrive sound or a crunch sound. But in this setting, we really wanted to show you like what you can do with it with a totally clean sound, as well as the other pedals, like a clean using Kettner, and what kind of craziness you can get out of that.
Yeah, so there you go. That was kind of, we winged it a little bit. That was pretty spontaneous. We literally put the pedals down, we turned on the video recording, and we just went with it. Everything was in the loop, and that is literally what it sounded like. We're not going to post-produce this at all or change the sounds or anything like that. And I think it handled it pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. One interesting thing that we can maybe do in a future video is perhaps take the Gamechanger Deluxe 40, which has all the built-in effects, and see to what extent we can replicate these sounds with the Gamechanger. Because the Gamechanger has the reverb built in, it's got a delay, it's got a chorus, it's got the modulation effects. So we could try and do the vibe as well. It doesn't have an insane fuzz built into it, but we'll find somewhere around
maybe with the next big tube amp, can hit the guys up and build in a plasma fuzz right into the end.
The Plasma Fuzzmeister 40, and you heard it here first.
The Plasmeister.
The Plasmeister.
Alright.
Well, thank you very much for watching this video. Michael Wagner, everybody.
Thank you.
Check him out on his YouTube channel, it's awesome. You'll learn a lot of awesome blues licks and a whole lot more of
Michael Wagner guitar.
Exactly. I'm Rich from Hughes and Kettner, and we shall see you in the next video. Tschüss!
So Jungs, jetzt macht mal bitte gar nichts.
Uwe, man sieht, wie du dir die Ohren zuhältst in der Spiegelung.